Well, I said I was going to come back, and by golly, I got a duck screen. I hope you don't see the screen. Welcome back. I did pick a subject, and my subject tonight's going to be scams, fraudulent, ripped off. And this happens to all of us. And as I discuss these, if you watched my show where I just finished with apology and what I discussed, I talked some about this. I talked about the power company. And, you know, question number one on the power. Why is it only one? Why is there only one power company that you can deal with, whether it be county? I don't know. I guess it goes by counties and know. Anyway, I would like to know if you live somewhere that you have more than one power company you can choose from. Because to me, one power company to deal with is a monopoly. They can charge you what they want, they can treat you any way they want. They can probably turn you off anytime you want. And me, as a small business, somebody trying to do business, it's going to be rough if they do that because there's nobody else I can turn to. I'm shut down. And if you go in there to their office and you try to discuss it, even just going in there paying your bill, let's just talk about that. I'm not I'm not stupid. I don't think. Why is this StreamYard in my camera all of a sudden? Anyway, what I'm getting at, I remember going in there to pay my bill. Walk up to the counter, this Monroe County Power. Walk up to the counter, pull my wallet out, tell my business name, and she said, "Oh, you want to pay your bill?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." You have to go over there. That you have to go over there, and you have to use the chaos or whatever you want to call it, like little computer, and you got to know your information. And I'm like, "No, I just want to pay you." "No, sir. You have to pay it through that." "Ma'am, I don't know how to work that." "Well, that's where you have to pay it." I did go over and I struggled with it, and I get to thinking, what about what about people that don't even deal with a computer? Okay, but wait, let's move to another subject of the same situation. Paying your bill. Now you're paying your bill. This is where I'm going. And what do they call it? Is it a convenient fee? Inconvenient to me. Service fee ain't serving me. Anyway, I think it's $2.95, say $3, whatever it is. Why? Why are you charging me to pay my bill? That's a good question. Why are you charging me to pay my bill? To me, that's a scam. Well, Mike, it's only $2.95 or $3. What's your population? How many people do you have that goes online and pays their bill? Because now, as I'm discussing this with you, oh wait, okay, so I got that $3 service fee. I got 2 meters, so now we got $6. Huh, Mike, it's only $6. Okay, well, all right. Why? So if I walk in there and my bill's $120 and I have $120 cash on me, I can't pull it out and hand it to them. I got to go over and use that machine, and I got to pay you another $3 to $6 or $2.95 or whatever it is just to use your machine. What a ripoff! Okay, scam. How much do they tack on, whether it be to your meter, whether it be to your bill? Why is our electricity bill so high? And who in reality is paying these high bills? I mean, now I'm hearing people that are disabled and people that don't set income, they're dealing with the same thing. High electricity bill. Okay. Why can we not have some way without getting our power or without getting these officials coming at you, even if it was two power companies, then you'd be in competition. Then you could maybe balance it out. But if everybody's doing it across the grid, you're screwed. Excuse my language, but that's just the way it is. Scam. All right, let's talk about another scam. How many of you use ATM for your bank? How many? Probably each and every one of us. Okay. So I'm on that minimum wage and I'm making that, let's go to $8 and 40 hours, 320 a week. It's not a lot of money. I got groceries and I got gas to get to work and I got utilities and I got rent. Yeah, these all don't come due every week, but last time I checked, it's $1,280 a month. Well, we already been complaining about electricity bill being too high, and I guarantee you, if you got an electricity bill, it's probably $250. We're talking about just a single person. I'd hate to know I'm trying to raise kids on that 1,200. Okay, and then you didn't get all that, by the way. They're going to take your taxes, but you want to go to ATM machine and withdraw money. Wait, I don't know how much I got in there. Do I got any money at all? Give me a balance. If you get a printed balance, I think it's $3. Huh? $3 for you to walk up to that machine, punch a button, get your balance, and if it's printed, it's $3. Why? They're charging you to use the system that they created to see how much money is in your account. So your money, you have to give them money to see what you got. Well, you should keep up with what you got. Well, if you're running a business, you're making deposits and you're doing all kind of other things. Well, wait, I can go online and look at it. Again, don't everybody got a computer? People do. Everybody's got everybody's got that. We're gonna talk about these phones. It's an addiction. Look at me. I'm on camera. Electronics. All right. Let's get back to this. $3. How many times a month do you get charged? Whether it's $2, $3. If I'm not mistaken, if you use a card at the grocery store, it may be $1, $2, $1.65. Um, I haven't seen it at the gas pump, but we're going to discuss that. But what I'm getting at, just to use your card to pay that electricity bill or to pay any one of your utility bills, to use that card, they charge a service fee. So if it's $3, and you think about this service fee, and I'm just rounding these numbers off, let's just go $2. And you use that card 10 times a week and you're charged that's $20. And believe me, I use my card that many times. So look, 4 times a month, you'd be spending that $80. Wait, guess what? $1,200 and 80 $1,280 then went down to 1,200. But don't forget, we had to pay our taxes, had to pay insurance. Wow, don't leave you much. Scam. Here's you another one. Have you ever paid attention to whether it's PayPal? PayPal is really bad. Uh, Believe it or not, I still got AOL. They charge me. Um, what I'm getting at, like I use GoDaddy. As you run a business, even if it's just something small at home, if you go back and you add up how much, like PayPal, money goes through there. If I had what I put through PayPal in 5 years, don't fall out of your chair. I could build a house. And I'm not exaggerating. I could build a house because they don't stop. If it's 29-cent charge, they're going to take it. You give them permission, whether it's GoDaddy or whoever, to go through PayPal to get your money, they're going to get their money every freaking month. They're going to get their money. And some of the times they're going to get it more than once, probably, if you look back. Scam. Now let's talk about phone bills. That's something else. Everybody at work knows I do me some griping on phone bills. I'm going to tell you what I do. Again, if you went back 10 years, what I pay in a phone bill, build a house. And that's no lie. You could build a house. I'm going to use AT&T. They may cut my service tomorrow. Probably be the best thing ever happened. But I use it in my business. And I do have a lot of lines. But again, just like the power company that I was discussing, I think as you do business, you build a pattern on how you spend money. Mine's not very wise. Like my phone bill. I have internet. You gotta listen to me. You got your phone. You got your service fee, whatever that is. You got insurance. This list goes on. Just with phone bills, AT&T, or what a scam. You can go down the road. It don't matter who you are, and you can get pay as you go phone. $40 unlimited per month. Internet, talk, Facebook, and it just goes on and on. But you spent $40. With myself, I've been dealing with AT&T since probably, really, if they could put it all together, since Mall Bell. You know Mall Bell. That's where AT&T bought Mall Bell out. Does that sound country? Mall Bell. Anyway, they are ripping us off left and right. And now, as I told you in my other about going into the AT&T store, my internet was messing up. I want to tell you this real quick. And I walked in there with 3 boxes, 3. And I said, hey, having trouble with these boxes. And the young lady looked at them and she said, well, wow, these are outdated. Well, they still work, but they're slow. Well, they're really outdated. And what you need, new and improved. And before I even let her get started on this new and improved system, I said, well, wait, hold on now. I'm not going to pay your hidden fees, surcharges, or whatever you want to call them. I'm not paying. You're not going to let me walk out that door and a month later, oh, by the way, your bill went from $200 to $500. My bill went from $500 to $1,000. Oh, but you had all these hidden fees. But get back to this. So I walked out of there. I had these 3 new boxes, and oh, they're the best of the best. And I just had the best you could ever get. I'll make everything great again. Don't remember where I heard this. But the next day I realized these boxes don't even work. But wait, remember, I walked in there with 3 boxes. On my phone bill, that's 3 numbers. This is true story. Lord Jesus, I got them. I had to take them 3 boxes back. Okay, I messed up. You're gonna need these boxes. Oh, but I ain't got the 2. Okay, your bill's gonna be this. Now wait a minute. I want to express again. I will not pay your hidden fees. Oh no, sir, Mr. Pound. We're gonna waive these, and oh, everything's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna make it great. I get them boxes, go distribute them, and I do carry boxes with me when I travel. That way, I've got service. I pay for this every month. I go to work, I get off, and I call to check on my bill, which it went from being a personal account to a business. Call to check on my bill. It was 70, $80. Like that can't be right. So I called the young lady and she answered and she said, oh no, don't you remember? This is your old account. I said, wait a minute, I paid that off. And I did. Oh no, sir, you still got a remaining balance. I had to pay it. Then she pulled my new bill up. Oh, you owe $1,100, something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't. Oh, but sir, these charges come through. And I told you from the beginning, I was not going to pay that. And I be use some unchoice words. You couldn't blame me. Sir, I don't like the way you come in my store and talk to me. And I did say, I don't know this was your store. But I got asked to leave, basically thrown out of the store because she was fixing to call the law. And I said a few more choice words. But see, here I'm dealing with a young lady that We had witnesses when I made this clear, but this has been a month ago, and it's in their system. And AT&T ain't gonna do nothing for you. Okay, well, Mike, what did you do? I actually went to Fulton. They didn't do nothing. Went to Tupelo. They didn't do nothing. All right, call AT&T. They get on the phone. Excuse me, I don't understand. So glad you can, you know. I don't understand. Honest God's truth. If they had to pay me for what time I spent on that phone, they would owe me 2 to 3 times what I owed them, supposedly. But when this young lady in the Philippines gets on the phone, and I'm wondering, why am I dealing with the Philippines? Why can't I deal with an American? I don't even understand them hardly, but I will say they was very sweet. And she's like, "Oh, Mr. Panel, why do you have so many lines?" And we start going through all these numbers. Well, guess what? I'm still paying for the first 3 boxes I walked through the door with, the next 3 boxes I walked through the door with, and the next 2 boxes I left that I still got. And all of you experienced this. So as we're talking, they ask, can we read this disclosure that we can advertise to you and we might get you to spend some more money? And I'm like, whatever. But I'm calling about this bill. Oh, it's very high. You have a bunch of numbers. So in the end, she's got to turn off all these numbers. And when it's done, I want you to listen to this part. I'm back down there to my 500 and something a month bill, where I understand that's what I pay. Excuse me. Old flavor water. Okay. Now you think this is over. Mr. Panel, we see that you qualify for this new phone, and we would love to send this to you. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. I don't want to finance a phone. Oh no, I'm not paying for no hidden fees. Oh no, it's free. Nothing's free in this country. So I end up with another phone. Imagine that. And one of my business phones has 2 numbers now. Imagine that. Well, my bill's back down to this. But the next month, when I get my bill, it's back up there to $1,000 something. I want y'all to know I have fought that. I know more than a year and a half with AT&T, and they scammed me out of that money. They, I had a choice: either pay the bill or let them turn it off. Well, it don't just affect me; it affects my business. And AT&T is a ripoff. They scam you over and over, whether it's $5, whether it's $3, service fees. Yeah, a lot of you, I guess I'm just not smart enough. I probably should have walked away. I Probably should shut all these phones off and all my business down because it runs my computers, it runs my machines and CNC equipment. And there's a reason I do it, but I pay for it. What's sad is they robbed me. They finally shut my phone off, and I was forced. Now I done paid my bill, and before that month was out, which was just last month, I paid over 1,200 and something dollars. How do you swallow that? 1,200 and something dollars to keep my business going. Them service fees, and I don't care how you come across. You can get me in a courtroom if you want to. I'm telling you, you stole from me. Power company has stole from me. These gas companies, they steal. When you pull up there to that gas pump, I'd like to know why this pump over here at this store is $3.19, and I go down the road, same town, and this price over here is $3.29. Mike, 10 cents. What's your problem? See, I don't just look at Mike. I look at you. I look at your family. Look at your friends. I look at those struggling. Okay, so it's just 10 cents. Last time I looked, if you pull up at a gas pump, there's another right on the other side, and there's one in front of it. So there's 4 pumps sitting here, and you got a row of 10. See where I'm going with this? So you got 40 gas pumps. Wow. It don't mean nothing to a lot of us. That 10 cents don't mean nothing. But add up what you're looking at. Add up how many gallons a month they pump, whether it's 10 cents or 5 cents. How much money have they made? How much money have they ripped us off? And most of them are probably not even legal to be in this country. But hey, it's a scam. It's a scam. Facebook, something I use a lot. What do y'all think about the advertisements? What do y'all think about when you turn on Facebook? And I want you to think about this. You may not realize that a lot of us have. And you're talking about my good old buddy Bubba over here. Old Bubba. Bubba this and Bubba that. But he's not on your Facebook. You're not friends with him on Facebook. You turn your Facebook on. Hey, old Bubba. I didn't send him no friend request. Yeah, but he's my friend. Huh. Taylor Swift. I don't really follow her. Don't really care for her. Next thing you know, you got a friend request. Taylor. You click on an advertisement. I want y'all to think about this because this is not no joke. I can show you something. If you go into your settings, you can click on one advertisement. I know you know where I'm going with this. And the next thing you know, you're getting advertisements from every single company down the line that you know nothing about or you're interested in, but it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And your friends and your family, they just start disappearing. You don't see any hardly posts from them, but it keeps on growing. That's a scam because guess what? Not only are they loading up your phone, but they're probably getting information off your phone. See, Zucky and all them, hey, they some smart people. I'm not educated like that, but I've learned that Intel and data and AI and this stuff is growing so strong that all those sci-fi movies where you was watching the robotics and everything that where like the Lawnmower Man where he took over the whole internet system and threw out. It may not mean nothing what I'm saying, but it's happening. Not only do they use your information, they get your contact information, and they use that to go into your contacts. And it's sad. There is no freedom in this or security in your phone, in your internet. There is no freedom. I've heard people say that if you got a TV, a smart TV, they can actually be looking at you through the TV. Well, I got news for you. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I am known to strut around a little bit. So when does it stop? Well, it don't even stop there. It don't even stop there. Look at what's going on with our children, grandkids, young adults. This is all they know. I'm as guilty as they are. Going down the highway, you pull up at the stop sign, you're sitting there. Me getting old, I'm grouchy. Get off phone. Pull up beside somebody, they wave at you, they got a phone in their hand. Crank your car up, beep, your phone is connected. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse. Now, AT&T, car industries, I'm going to make a suggestion. I won't mean nothing because I'm not very popular. But when you get in a car, you turn it on, these need to stop working. And the only way you can receive a call is an emergency. But guess what? Everybody will stop and not move because they're too busy on their phone. And the traffic's gonna die. And I'll be able to go over to Walmart where I don't really care to go and buy more electronics. But I will be talking about electronics. Find out recently that it's one of the biggest addictions probably in the world, but I know in the United States it's sad. That's all kids know, and I know my grandkids are just as bad. Now, what I've talked about so far, what can we get out of this? How do we how do we recover? We don't. The power companies, the gas companies, the telephone companies, the banks, credit card companies. This just goes. And them little $2 and $3 charges at the end of the month that they're charging you, you've probably spent in excess of 60 to $100 and something a month. Well, let's just say it's $60. Well, guess what? You done spent $720 in a year. $7,200 in 10 years. Huh. That ain't much money, Mike. 10 years it is. Think of that went towards your retirement. Look at the scam with the taxes. Everything you do, you pay taxes. You buy a home, you pay taxes. Land tax, city, state, federal. What a scam. And it ain't gonna stop. Elon Musk talked about, I could give all the taxpayers this amount of money. Give me my money. Send it to me, Elon. Come on, Donald, write us a check. Because I can tell you right now, I'm not interested in your ballroom you want to build for I don't know how many hundreds of millions. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, talking about building a ballroom, a new ballroom at the White House. We don't need a ballroom. Send us some of that money. We don't need it. Because I'm guarantee you, old Mike not going to be going to your ball. Oh, and that there, your pension. I don't even want to discuss 401ks and stuff like that because I got a little money, but they rip you off. Oh, well, the stock market dropped. But it never recovered, did it? If I could get half of what I've been scammed out of through a lifetime, you're going to think I'm lying. But I'd say I'd have a $500,000. No, honestly, if I got what I've been truly scammed out of, I might be filthy rich. Now, some of you sitting there shaking your head about, well, he's dreaming. Wait a minute. I can prove it. I can prove it. Don't take Mike lightly. Don't think he's just rambling on. Let's see. I've published 5 books. None of them's been published anymore because I wasn't making any money. But what it cost me to publish them, then you sit back, you make agreements, and your publishing company sends you tax papers to fill out for your royalties. Or your publishing company just took your money and run. You didn't make no money, but you see your books out there for sale, and guess what? I even got Wilbur the Brush Hound. I seen it was over in Russia. You could buy it in Russia. I never received any royalties. $20 one time. $20. And I tried to get out and do the book shows and didn't make no money. I still got books in there. That's one. I'm also a designer and I build things and I'm pretty I think I'm pretty sharp. I've slowed down. But Davison Corporation up there in Pennsylvania, I'd say they ripped me off about 20 or 30,000 plus my design of what I designed. But I can honestly say it's not out there today. And if any of you multimillionaires want to jump in on the bandwagon, I'd be glad to show you because I guarantee you, once I showed you, you would be like, wow, that actually worked. And it really needs to be out there. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, as I talked about these scams, it gives you something to think about. You see you getting scammed, whether it's Walmart, you see you getting scammed in grocery stores, whether it's pricing. I mean, we don't think about it. But if you raise one or two prices on very popular items, a couple of dollars throughout the nation, you made a lot of money, millions. AT&T's getting rich on just service fees, $5 service fees, $5. Ain't much to me. But wait, 5 times 12. Let's figure this up. 5 times 12. Last time I looked, would be $60 a year. Say you got 50 million customers. How much you make? Yeah, dang. Ought to be a bean counter. I can tell you I ain't worth it. I do want to tell you, if you're watching, I appreciate you. And these are just things that I'm facing. And you're probably facing them. You may not be aware of it. Or you'll be like everybody else and say, oh, I ain't, it don't really mean nothing. But at the end of the day, I would say each every one of us that works and pays bills and then pays buys phones and goes gets groceries and pays taxes, that adds up. And it adds up to a point where if you look back, you've been paying these scams and these fees and all this over the last 10 years. You could build a house. You could buy a new car. You could go on a vacation. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I forgot one of the most important ones. A couple of them, matter of fact. And I'm not going to stay on them long because I think I've talked long enough. And once I get my t-shirts done, I want you to, I'm going to make them available. I'm trying to copyright because I love them. And it, to me, it's me to the T. But credit cards, what a scam. Finance companies, what a scam. And that's not all. But I have been on here for 50 minutes and I'm hoping I can learn to not talk so much. That ain't, and I enjoy it. I really just, there may not even be nobody watching, and I'm just talking to myself. I was just thinking about a song that I could sing. Like if I had a friend, I could probably invite him over again. And then Yeah, I write songs. I've got a couple I'm working on. I get scammed out of it. No, guys, if you're watching, I know you're not going to steal from me. I really, that's not even, you know. But I want to say thank you, and I'm fixing to get up and I'm going to go to bed. When I get up, I'm going to pick another subject because I feel like I have kind of been slack on this. And by now, I should have a few followers. And those that have watched, I thank you so much. But I'm going to build it. And I'm going to be showing you some of the items that we've built. And I may show you some tomorrow. They will be in pictures and they will be on this big old TV behind me. And there's going to be a few advertisements, things going on. You just had to join me. And if you see something that pops up there that you really like, send me a message. The thing is, and I will discuss it, shipping costs a lot of money and availability. I'm buddy Josh. You know, I do want to thank you for showing interest. I appreciate your time. And I'm just going to bow my head real quick and say thank you, Lord, for everything you do for me and everyone out there. And help guide those that are lost, those that are sick, help heal them, those that are mourning, help show and guide them and make them understand. And Lord, thank you for opening my eyes and my mouth every day. We love you. And in God's name I pray. Amen. Thank you, everybody. And I will be back. I'm going to try to get me some rest. Y'all have a nice rest of the evening, every 45 minutes of it. And God bless.